Hello, peeps. I would like to start this actual thing up again. I come in for a little while, do a short stream, and then upload it to YouTube, and you get a store review. So every time I have an evening off and there's a new store, we'll come in and review the store. The stores, uh, the attempt at the store is to get a high rating. The high rating will go on depending on A, originality, A, newer items, and how many times we've seen them in here, stuff like that. We're gonna do it on three things, uh, like we've done on the battle pass earlier today. It's gonna be rated. The first rate's gonna be called the coolness factor, how cool the item is. The originality factor, how original. I guess four things. Original it is. The sexy factor, how alluring it might be. And lastly, is it new? So it has 4 ratings to get 5 stars each. This is our new store. We don't really have anything new in here. We will not be doing the bottom things because these just sit here forever. But everything else here will be. If it's been in the shop for a while, its last rating is gonna get pretty dark here. But hold on, I'm gonna keep we're gonna also use this as a test to see what Twitch is doing with my shit, because earlier during my stream, you know what, Moken Cinema, I am going to totally use your stream code now. Hold on, I'm copying it down. There's my stuff. Okay, so Mocha Cinema, thank you for joining. Thank you for subscribing. As soon as my manager allows me to copy this, I will copy it. Let me get over here. This. Turn down this. Stream manager. Oh my god, go to the stream manager, what the heck? Okay, now close that. Oh, I see what's going on here. It's on the wrong version. I can see. Okay. So I have taken your code down, and you are now the third of the 3 people I use my code for. You will be used after next time. I have one guy I have to use before you, and then I'll be using you. Guys, remember, I will be collecting streamer codes like this, up to 10 people. This is my third now. And I'll be using them every time I purchase something in Fortnite, which will likely happen a lot. But not tonight, as there's nothing on the store that really interests me too much. Why can't I find my notes? Okay, notes. I now have Zine, which I've used recently, Jackson0997, which will be my next use, and Game-2032, which will be my use after that. And every time I buy something, I'll be switching between supporter creators, and they'll just rotate like that. Like I'll go from Zine to Jack to Game back to Zine until I get more and more, and then we go through 10. Again, if I get 10 whole creators in here and I don't use your code, you will be pushed to the next month, up there at the top of next month, so I can use your code at that time. I only allow 10 spots in here, so get in during my live streams, tell me your creator code, and get it into my list. That said, now that that is through, we are going to start a new thing here. So we're going to go by lines, of course. There's 5-star ratings for each item. And they're going to be combined together to make an average. Or for each section, technically. We're probably going to go through the skins mostly, and not everything, but maybe everything. So for her, the coolness factor. In all honesty, oh god. Can I look at her styles? Can I not look through her styles? Is that not a thing anymore? You used to be able to look through their styles. Okay, so it's going to be switching styles on us, which is kind of annoying. But her first style is actually pretty cool. It's got the short sleeves, got some tats on it. Oh, there's 3 styles now. Hello. Uh, I honestly like the short sleeve sweater. It's unique. Um, Backward hat, chains. These are supposed to be treasure hunters, by the way, if you didn't know that. So she's got some bags on her. The pants are kind of just typical pants, but they do have some unique coloring in the third mode. She's got 3 different outfits. The second one's like a long sleeve with the first one. The last one's a new multicolor I haven't seen yet. I don't know when she got the third form. I never even knew that. And in the second form, she's wearing a sock hat, like she's out in the cold, which is why she has long sleeves, and has a skull on her. So in all, the coolness is up there. Oh, I also like pigtails. Always like pigtails. I'm going to rate the coolness probably somewhere between out of a 5. Well, you know what? We'll go ahead and do a 10 star rating. So out of this, I'm going to give it a 6.5. Yeah, 6.5 sounds good. And that is what her first rating is going to be. That's the coolness factor. Now, originality factor. She's pretty original, but she does share many facial features of the OG skins. She is from Chapter 1, Season 8. A lot of Chapter 1, Season 8 skins look kind of like this, kind of cartoonish. Looked a little more like Save the World skins than anything else. It's not terrible. It's not like she's completely not new, but you could just change a little bit of her and she'd look pretty much like Ramirez. She could be Ramirez's sister for all I know. Or like some of the other girls on here. So originality, I'm not going to say is too original, but it's not the most unoriginal, so it's going to get a 4 on originality. And we're going to make... This is going to be a long... These are always pretty long, by the way, when I do it like this. Make sure I know I'm doing line 1. Line 1. And then... so with that, she has originality of 4. Now she has, like I said, sexiness factor. She's got not a lot to show up front, but it does hug nicely until she's the second sweater. Other than that, it's okay. Does show midriff. Midriff is always a plus. Does have a lot of arm. There are things that are hung off her. Not as actually centrally, but kind of stylish to the point that it could be, especially the metal bar at the left arm. Pigtails again are always nice. She does have a bit of a booty. A lot of the earlier ones did have a bit of butt. They knew how to cheek up the skins, both male and female. So I'm going to give that rating at about a... I'm going to keep that at 6.5. Not too impressive, but it's there. And then lastly, store originality. Now, of course, she's not new to the store, so she's not going to get a 10 out of that. That kind of cuts her down. If they're not brand new to the store, we're going to cut that down to maybe 5. Now, if they've been in the store too long or too many times, it's going to cut them down. She's been in the store a lot. I've seen her in the store a ton. So she's probably going to get a 2 out of store originality. And with that, we're going to take a calculator. Open calculator.
Sorry, I don't understand.
I'm sorry she doesn't understand. Oh my god. I have to open it the old-fashioned way, guys. How the heck does that happen? Calculator. So with that, we gave her a 6.5. 5 plus 6.5 plus 4 plus 2 was 19, and divide that by 4 spots. And her total is a 4.75. 4.75 is not great. It's hurt by the fact that she's been on here so long. She's not a terrible skin. She probably gets like an average score otherwise. She's actually 4.75 is middle of the road, pretty average. And it is just, she's been there a lot. She's not a bad skin, but she's a pretty average skin. And I'm going to go ahead and probably rate this guy pretty much the same. He's got a pretty Jonesy face. Like, so if we're doing coolness factor, you know, he's got the black sweater, which is freaking cool. He's got the short sleeves with tattoos. He is missing the third skin. Seems kind of unfair. You get the male skin, you don't get 3 skins. He's got the beard, which is pretty cool. Some eye, the eye makeup that both players use to keep sun out of their eyes. Don't know why he has it, but other than he's an explorer, maybe. Coolness factor, I'm gonna keep him about a 6.5. You know, originality again, he looks like freaking Jonesy. If you just changed up a little bit, he'd be a splitting image of Jonesy. Almost, he could be Jonesy's brother. Not exactly like Jonesy, close enough to Jonesy to get a 4. Again, his sexiness factor is pretty much the same as her. He's pretty buff. He's got some nice arms on him. Arms are pretty sexy, especially when they're built up like that. And he's got buns like most of the characters did back then. More manly buns, but they're still there. You can still shake it. And so I'd give him about 6.5. So I'm going to go ahead and mark him also for a 4.75, just because they're pretty much the same skin of different people. And that pretty much goes for all their stuff too. This is just a bag of gold. It is, it's, I guess I have to do all of this for it. It's coolness factor. It has some cool looking cartoonish jewels at the top. It's got some coins. I think the coin might wiggle a little, and the skull wiggles on the side, and so do the jewels on the side. And it's actually the whole back can wiggle, but it all wiggles separately, which is pretty cool. But it isn't like the most interesting backbling I've ever seen. The gold chain's okay. I would give that one actually about a 4. I'd give that one a 4. It's originality factor is again. It's not something I see a lot of. Actually, you don't see this sack too much on here. I mean, it is a bag of jewelry, a bag of treasure, but there isn't a lot that does it like this, and then with all this items hung around it. It is fairly original, so I'm going to give the original on that a 7. It's not like the most interesting design or anything like that, but it's original in compared to Fortnite. Whoops, I didn't mean to back out of that. Its Sexyness factor gets a 0. There is absolutely nothing about that that says I am sexy. And again, in the store, it's been here a lot, so it gets another 2. So with that, how does that work? 4 plus 7 plus 0 plus 2. That equals 13. Okay. Divide that by 7. Divide that by 4. And okay, there we go. My calculator freaked out there. So that gets a 3.25 actually. Which is a fairly low rating. That is mid-low. That is something not a lot of people are going to want. In my opinion. It's not something I'm really ever going to buy. I'm never actually probably going to buy any of these skins. And to tell you the truth, I probably 3.25 the rest of these for the exact same reason. They're all pretty much the exact same thing. So that section, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. plus 8.25 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I know what I'm doing now wrong. So this whole section here on this left gets a 3.85. It is not great. It's about a mid-low range again. Now to Gut Bomb. Hello, Gut Bomb. Gut Bomb is so the coolness factor is off the charts for these guys. They are. I like horror to begin with. Wait a minute. So I can't preview styles with her. I can preview styles with him because I own him. The hell. So Gut Bomb I own. He's pretty damn cool. We're gonna go ahead and do the dark style. It's the same way either way, just changes colors a little. You have a messy, chewed up, cut up looking burger mascot. You can see the neck underneath has 3 X's, which are most likely kills. This was during a Halloween season or something. I know there were zombies or something we were fighting. You got a tactical vest, tactical pants, and stuff you normally see in Fortnite actually, but is overladen by this weird paper thing, which wiggles. Of course, you got the Durburger's dead mask. It glows in the dark, and its tongue wiggles, just not as much as it used to, and it's pretty decent. I would say it is, so coolness factor, I'm going to put that at a good old 7. Now, originality, originality, it is a Durburger remake, a reskin of Durburger with different clothes, but it could be considered a reskin of different clothes too, because some of the clothes are pretty Fortnite looking. Some of them look like they've come directly from Save the World. So not the most original. It's gonna get it because of its styling, because of the dirtiness, because of the extra stickers and stuff on it, because of the way the head's been changed, and you don't really see this much anymore. I hope those aren't bite marks on his tongue. And this weird little paper thing with its own physics out of nowhere. I'm gonna give it a 5.5 now out of reality. Not great, but pretty mid-range. Originality. Unfortunately, when it comes to, the sexiness factor, there's 0 here. There's nothing to see. He's covered up completely by everything. He's got no ass to speak of. Front end's covered up by a pad for safety. His entire top half is covered up, and his head is covered up by a burger. Unless you're in the burger prawn, nothing. 0 for that. And lastly, in the store. Now, Gut Bomb I don't see too much in the store, actually. He isn't that common. He may only be here because it's getting close to October. Because I haven't seen him too often, he's gonna get, but I have seen him before, he's gonna get a 6, a high mid-range, because I can't remember the last time I've seen him. So the total on him is, unfortunately, gonna get killed by the fact that he is no horny value. 7 plus 5 plus 0 plus 6. And I'm gonna do something real quick while I'm doing this. I'm gonna actually, you know what, frick it. So with that, yeah, I'm gonna do that's quieter. I was the other song was annoying the crap out of me. Sorry. It's a good song, but it was just annoying the crap out of me. That divided by 4 is going to be 4.625. I think he's a great skin. I would give him a high 7. But with my rating, he gets a low mid. And we're going to go ahead and give his other partner the same thing, because he's basically the same thing. He's a chewed up looking, beat up tomato head caricature with similar, almost exact same clothes. So he's also getting a 4.625 on his rating. Again, he's an awesome looking. I would give him a high 7 and 8 at least. But the same thing. Their weapons are about the same. So everything's going to get a 4.625. So this entire total thing is 4.625. It's an unfortunate low mid-range for these skins, but with my current rating system, that's all we got. So with that, two low mid-ranges, the line total of 3.85 and 3.85, wait, 3.85 plus 4.625. The entire line here, it's a low mid-range, 4.26. We're going to round that up, actually, that's way too much. So we're going to say 4.24 rounded. And that is the first line. How can I split these lines in this half? Okay. So a pretty low rating up there. Line total of 4.24. It's not terrible. This was hurt by originality, honestly. This was hurt by the lack of the fact that I have a sexy factor and these guys don't have any. Unless you're into like pinhead spatulas. Okay, oh, we're on Fish Sticks now. Fish Sticks is back. He is a pretty cool, he's a pretty interesting character. He's got a lot of styles. Hello. Oh, you can't see his forge style unless you collected it. He has a forge style y'all might not know about. So, because he comes in a, no, we'll rate it all separately. So first thing we have is Fish Sticks. He comes in his original form. In his original form, he has blue monk outfit on, almost like trader village outfit. You can see some fins poking out of him. He's like an axolotl or axolotl, whatever the hell they're called, almost, or some kind of salamander. Though he's called Fish Sticks. He's more or less not too much a fish. His clothes here are okay. They're kind of stitched up. This is my favorite version of him. Pirate Fish Sticks. He gets a starfish eye patch. He's got a crooked pirate hat, pirate bandana. A similar outfit, but it's been recolored to darker designs, dark pants for the pants that pirates wear. A darker, dirtier shirt. He's got a vest over it. He's got this belt thing. And this one is his VR. Now, we won't go over the fourth one, because the fourth one's only if you got it at the time. You can't get it if you buy this, I believe. But we do have the VR. This came out during Season X or 9. I think 9, but it may have been X. Pretty sure it was 9. And this has a Fish Sticks that is completely recolored to neon colors for neon place that came out. He's got his same suit, but now it's all black and leather-like. You can see it shines like leather. He also has some kind of fins or something sticking out of his butt. I never really paid attention to, which is kind of weird. Then he's got this VR headset-looking thing on, which is cool, and its eyeballs move like his eyeballs would move. Only his eyeballs are on the side of his head, and these are not quite at the right place. It's pretty much a recolored Maki Master version with this going on to it. So we get into our things here. First, the coolness factor. The coolness factor with 3 different skins, and one of them being a pirate skin, which I absolutely adore. And one of them being this VR system, which absolutely is really cool. This one, which is okay. The fact that if you watch him blink, his eyeball goes back inside. his coolness factor is pretty high. I know you're not thinking that he is the coolest looking thing ever, but there's a lot of just detail into him. Just look at the scales, look at the lines, look at the way his fingers are, look at the way his feet are completely different than most other people's feet, and ankles look like they're freaking just broken. He's really an interesting make, so I'm gonna give him a coolness factor of 7.5 or 8. 7.5. Gonna stick it at an 8, actually. And then we get to his originality. The originality is off the scale. This is the very first time they did this skin. It was like no other skin we had really seen. It was just as weird as the Pilly skin we had gotten not too long ago. Originality is a 10. Its sexiness is not too much. I'm not going to give it a 0 because it is humanoid, and maybe there are skellies that are into fish. Not me. But who knows? If you don't know what a skelly is, thank yourself for not knowing. But yeah, no, there's not much here, really. I probably could go to Fortnite and find something with fish starring in it, and I would not sleep for the rest of the night. He gets a 3. Not a 0, but a 3. Someone just loves his lips. And his little eyeball that flips in and out. And then lastly, store originality. Now, fish sticks I've seen a few times, but not too often. About mid-range. So for that, he's getting a mid-range 5. No, you know what? 6. Mid-range 6. 5. 5, 6. I gave the other guys 6. Because I don't see him too much. And I gave the first ones a less. So, I'm going to say 5. So with that, 8 plus 10 plus 3 plus 5. Alright. Gets him a 6.5, high mid-range. A lot of these are going to end up being high mid-range. This is the same problem I had last time, I think. So yeah, high mid-range. Coral Cruiser is cool. You know what? It's too late for me to do this for the other ones. We're going to take off the Sexyness idea of the things that aren't them. They're going to have 3 forms here instead of the other ones. So coolness factor is pretty cool. It has this nice song on it. It's got a wiggly, pulsating tubes that squirt out water. Pretty fun. I'm going to sit on it just in case they get pissed off about me. So it's going to get an 8 like he did. It's originality. It's completely original. I've never seen anything like that. So you know what? And then its store is 5. So it's got pretty much the same rating as the other thing, only it took out Sexyness factor. So 8, 10, and 5. I know I should go back and do the other ones, but I'm too lazy to do that. Which gives them a 7.6. So this goes low high range or high mid range. Unless that's 7.6 is probably low high range. Now this I'm not too big of a fan of, but you can tell I own it. When did I buy it? I don't remember buying the bootstraps. Or if not, it's good on the stick. I must have bought it sometime. My biggest peeve with any of these is the lack. Like this guy's got 3 skins for given, which is fun, but there's no 3 versions of this guy, which is fine. He's got songs, but this one's just kind of boring. It's got a fun little wet noise, but that's about it. So all in all, in the coolness factor of this, it's a stick tied to a boot, tied to some kind of sack, tied to a jar carrying water, and a squish. It's not like the most interesting, coolest thing I've ever seen. It does have some cool physics on it still, but I'm not going to give it like a high rating. It's getting like a 4 out of that one. Its originality, it's still completely, well, mostly original. It's not the most original thing I've seen, but I don't see too much like this, I guess. It's getting maybe 8.5 on that one. And lastly, on the store is going to get a 5 like the other guys. So 4, 8.5, and 5. Divide that by 3, and that brings it down to 5.8. 5.83. So that one's going to bring down the score, albeit. But we won't go through skins. Skins are too much, really. Just deal with 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, actually. 3 items. So with that, with 3 items, this is line 2 all the way. Line 2 total comes to 6.5. Divided by 3 comes to 6.64. Actually, high mid-range. So not terrible, all in all. I think I could probably improve the top ones by taking off some of the other stuff to it, but again, I'm already here. We'll change that next time. And we still have quite a few lines to go. In fact, I'm going to not do the ones that have been here too long. These guys have been here too long, but we're going to do them just this time. But if they show up in the next round, like if I do this again another day, and these guys are here again, they won't get tagged or anything. So we're going to have a long one today, but when they just recycle things, we'll probably short it down to just the featured and dailies. So our next one is this one. Now Dreamer is back for daily again. With that, hold on, let me get this set. Said, I don't know who Dreamer is. Now, on the coolness factor, I'm not going to give it a high feeling. She's just cute, freak. Yeah, her face is cute, whatever, but they're not cute factor. It's coolness factor. It's a plain-looking, sweatery tights, sweatery-looking middle part and arms. It's not terrible looking. I like the finger glove thing going on. That's pretty cool looking. But all in all, in coolness factor, in hero coolness factor, this is what it looked like from the Arrowverse show or whatever she comes from. It's pretty blasé as a hero. It's really plain. And with that, I'm giving her a low rating on the coolness factor of a 3. It's not completely uncool, but it's getting there. It's high uncool. High. So on originality factor, again, it's not going. Oh wait, yeah, originality is next. Originality factor again, it's not going to be a very high rating for her. She does have, you don't see her, but she's from a DC comic. Because she's already from a DC comic, it's not terribly original. Now, that said, her costume isn't terribly original either. When I think of this costume, this is something I could have usurped in City of Heroes, trading my own costume, honestly. I would have done. This is like something you might have seen someone half-assed in City of Heroes, or the DC version of that game. So, all in all, originality, it's not something you see in this game otherwise, but it isn't too terribly original. It's getting a 4. Sexyness, it'll kick it up a notch. She's got some nice looking hair hanging out the front, but it doesn't glitch out like that. We're gonna ignore the glitches. She's got a cute face, whoever she is. It's got nice features, nice red lips. She's busty. She's got some boobs. She's got the kind of boobs you see on that they toned it down on that one skin last season. They had toned back up because people were like, "Why did you shrink them?" Even though they were trying to stop a feature from going awry. It doesn't show too much, but she's built nice. It's lacking ass, actually. But she's built nice enough and she's pretty enough to where it's not bad. So I'm gonna give her a 6 on that, but not enough to really save this skin. And that's why I didn't buy it. It's not my favorite skin. Now in the store, This is a semi-new one, Season 3, Chapter 4. However, this is a daily section, and I've seen this skin in the daily section more than once this past week alone. I don't know why it's here in this daily section that long. It is getting a 0 for being abused in the daily section of the store, and that will hurt it tremendously. So, with that, 3, 4, 6. Excuse you? Hello? Sorry, my phone is doing something weird. That gives her a 3.25, which is what I kind of expect is going to be. She's high-low range. She's definitely not, in my opinion, worth the 1,200 bucks. 800, 600 maybe. 1,200 because she's taken from the DC universe, but you can't just slap a somewhat mediocre character with a... Well, I mean, I don't know anything about her. She may have an amazing story, but her design is mediocre. Somewhat mediocre design character that most people aren't even going to freaking know into Fortnite and expect us to pay the same amount of bucks we get with us nobody in a backbone or something. So at 3.25, I honestly would recommend Fortnite discounting Dreamer. Now, that said, we may have a savior here. This is Payback from the RPM. On the coolness factor, just look at her. She's got the white hair, and white hair is always a plus, highlighted with some turquoise blue-ish stuff. Not quite cyan, might be cyan. I don't know. But highlighted with some cool looking blue. She's got some cool ass looking red makeup. The crosses, I guess, they're okay. But with the blue feature on the eyeline is nice. She's got a cool looking mask. I can't tell if she has different like styles, but she's not switching. You see some rising sun purple on her mask. She's zippered across her mouth, which looks weird, but in a good way. So she's a ninja of sorts. She's got this kind of purple, white setup tights around the chest area, underneath a white and red jacket, underneath some spiky shoulder blades. She's got what I'm assuming is possibly Chinese on the side. Why does that look familiar? Why does that symbol itself look familiar, like from a sword game I've played? I don't know. And over here as well, I honestly don't know this Chinese, Japanese. I'm not that cultured. Even though I did try to study Japanese once, it didn't come out so well. She's got some chains on the side. Her bottom half is probably her least featured. She's got spiked kneecaps. She's got this cool thing up the back shins that almost give her legs a look like the long fall boots. She's got some awesome red on her shoes, which doesn't match most of the rest of her clothes. And honestly, I guess we should also have her backpack out. Honestly, with the kind of okay mediocre backpack, but still spiky and cool, she's a really cool skin. She'd be worth 1,200, honestly. But look what she comes with: a backbling, 1,200, original character, backbling. I'm going to give her a big old 7.58, 7, 8, 8.5. You know what? She's getting an 8. She's getting a low high. So that was her coolness factor. Now her originality factor. Completely original. I've never seen anything like this and anything since. Of course, there's been ninjas. There's been people with white hair. There's been people with braids. But there's never been a skin exactly like this. I've seen a backpack like this before, honestly, and the backpack should probably get a lower originality. And of course, the chains kind of do look like those treasure hunters, but all in all, pretty freaking original. I'm gonna give her a 9 on originality. So sexiness. Not, she's got cheeks. They're not the biggest cheeks of the game, but they're there. She's pretty busty up top. She's, what you can see of her face is pretty cute. The hair is kind of Elsa style, which is always a good feature. And her build is pretty decent. I'm gonna say it's a pretty decent thing. There's not a ton to look at, but there is something to look at. So she's getting a 7 out of that one. And then lastly, store-wise, I don't think I've seen her recently at all, other than today. She may have been in store a few times, but not to my knowledge. So she's not new, so she's not going to get high, but she's going to get high mid with a 7. And with that, 8 plus 9 plus 7 plus. Listen to me do math. Gets her a high mid at 7.75. And that might redeem that if we can keep up the good work. Unfortunately, we now have Recon Ranger from Season X. So Coolness Factor is okay. Yes, she's pretty much a reskin OT skin, but she's got this weird pink vest on, which is pretty cool. It's pink armor. And she's got urban camo going, but there's cubish urban ammo. She's from Season X. She just got this random pink stripe. And may I mention that if you have urban camo that is gray, this is be blending into the concrete. Maybe wearing pink isn't the best idea. This is Ramirez, by the way, I believe. She gets some cool tattoos which are unique, and it's a black and pink. So all around, the coolness isn't terrible, but it isn't the best. It's very mid-range, and for that, she will get a mid-range 5. Just mid-mids. For the sexiness factor, she's never terrible looking. She's got, fairly large armored chest, and she usually does have a butt, and you can see it from the side, but the way these straps hug it make it weird. She's one of the ones where the gap actually usually looks okay too, but the straps are making them look all weird. And for that, she gets... It's like the extra armor has toned down it all. I forgot. Did I pull this? I did. Coolness. I forgot originality. Did I? Anyway, for that, we're going to give her a 6, high mid. So we did that. So her originality, not terribly high. Again, it's just like a reclothed Ramirez, and we've had different skins that are similar to this. The pants are basically a reskin of all Ramirez pants, and I'm pretty sure we may have had another Ramirez like this earlier with the weird vest on, just not pink. And I don't know if we had it with the mask. But all in all, it's not that terribly original. It's getting a 3 in originality, so that'll hurt it a lot. I don't think that one savior is going to be able to say this. And as far as the store goes, a 7, because I haven't seen her in a while, since Season X. So with that, 5, 6, 3, 7. 5.25. She gets a pretty mid-range, mid-level thing. Now, we're not quite number 8 thieves again, but we also have smooth moves, which I always kind of found it as a very sensual looking. It's a boy band emote, but the way they rub over their shoulder like that looks nice. It's a nice dance. The kind of thigh to thigh slap kind of looks dumb. Like, that looks okay. Smooth. That's dumb. And then this looks sensual. And, pretty decent. Full tilt, of course, is Naruto. I never noticed there's freaking noise with that. It's like a jet engine. This is Naruto running from Season X. Also Season... I was like, are they doing only Season X stuff? What's going on here? Oh, wait, she's not Season X. Finger guns are okay. Well, we're not going to do emotes. We should skip those for now. So we have the Gold Digger. Gold Digger's from Season 8. It's supposed to make fun. So we're going to do Coolness Factor. It's a gold hoe, which is also a Gold Digger. The Coolness Factor comes in the joke that it's a gold hoe called the Gold Digger. It's with hoe being, another word. for something else, and a gold digger being someone you date who takes all your money, or asks you to buy them a lot, or asks you to give them your money all the time. She ain't nothing but a gold digger, and I ain't gonna go further than that. So it's humorous. It's not like it's just a hoe. It's just a gold-plated hoe, and it's not even fully gold hoe because you can tell by the the degradation there in the middle. It's a fake gold hoe. So it's getting a 3. Its coolness factor is a 3. Its originality is it's a basic tool. I don't know if I've seen many hoes in Fortnite, relatively speaking. Um, this isn't PlayStation Home. I mean, what? I would give this another 3. It's probably gonna get 3 across the board. And then, actually, in as far as being in here, I haven't seen it in here in a while, so it's made a 7 there. Redeem it, maybe a little. With that, it gets a 4.3, and we are done with that line. And with that line 3, oh, 3.25. And we get 1, 2, 3, 4. So this line gets a mid-range, even though we had a really high one with that one lady over here. These two low mids bring it out, and this one, everything else is pretty low mid. So this line gets a mid-range 5.14. So all in all, not terribly great. Now, because I haven't been doing this for a while, I can't skip the rest of this line, even though these have been here for a while. However, because they've been here for a while, they're not going to get good store ratings, all in all. This is Naomi Osaka. So, first off, pool rating is off the charts, and I mean off the charts. First thing, look at this one. 2 styles. We'll go ahead and go with this one. There isn't too much difference. We'll say the blue moves to her hair. But either way, a little bit of the color change. I think that's it. Anything in the shoes? Yeah, she's changed color too. But first, she's a tennis star. Naomi Osaka. To believe she's won championship for a while, so she's a real person. She's got this weird looking brassiere thing going on with the gold plating around it, gold lines around it, this cool looking sleeve going around it. She's got a lot of pink and blue colors on her, which will change shape depending on where you go. Also loses the lead right there. She got some floaty bubblegum looking hair, which shows that she might be supernatural in this world. Her necklace, which is floating by the way, is tennis balls in the first, but blue jewel tennis balls in that version. And is it jewel chain? No, I apologize. Blowing the shit out of your ears. So all in all, pretty cool. And of course, she's got. We'll go ahead and do it by this. So I'm gonna give this cool factor a big ol' 10 because it's freaking cool. It is. Sexyness factor, I guess, is next. It doesn't matter which order I go in, and it's going to be pretty high too. She doesn't have the hugest, up there, but the skirt's always a good, nice ad. Skirt's always a good ad because it's like, hey, you can almost see something, but it's hidden. And then she shows a bit of her belly here too, which is always, a nice add-on for that feature too. I think this is full back here, and she's just the character there. I don't know what she looks like in real life, the character here has a pretty face with some high-end cheekbones. So all in all, in that factor, I'm gonna give her a big old 8.5, 9, 8.5, 8.5 right now. Also, oh, we're gonna do that. These are that. I think this is her glider, and this is her back wing. Oh no, this is her tool. Outfit lights up with elimination. Okay. So yeah, that gets us to 8.5. Originality, again, it is a real person, but in this case, this is not how the real person, I don't think, has ever looked. This is a completely original feature of her. Gives her some kind of fictional, almost deity-like look to her. It's pretty damn original. I haven't seen too much. I think the closest thing I've seen is some bubblegum gliders. So you get an originality of a 9. Maybe not a 10 because it is a real person after all. And then this one is going to be pretty similar. Oh, I guess I should give out the total of this one. Wait, I forgot something. Oh, store-wise. So store-wise, unfortunately, is going to be a 0 because this one's been here for a while. And that's going to hurt it a lot, actually. In fact, you know what, down here, because these will be the ones that I only review when they're new, we're not going to do the store-wise ones down here. So we're just going to do the 3 for... Because honestly, I will never do these more than once, and they'll only show up when they're brand new. The only one the store-wise ones will actually matter for are the dailies and above. So with that, she gets a 9.1, which is pretty damn decent. Then we have her second form. Her second form also has 2 forms. She is, by the way, it looks like a voodoo princess. I do believe Naomi Osaka is both African American or African and Asian. Soka is Japanese, maybe? Maybe, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, I'm dumb. This one's got kind of a dreadlock look to it, but normal hair dreadlocks, not like the bubblegum from earlier. It's got wound up by bands. I don't know how she wears it, or it's supposed to be like voodoo looking. She's got a skull mask on. Skulls are very prominent in voodoo. I think Baba Legba actually shows up with skull tattooed on his face if he's not a skeleton face. She's got a snake charm on her hair. It could be also a snake, but it's not moving. Attached to a tennis ball, because she's a tennis ball again. Some tennis rackets on her ears for earrings. They look very uncomfortable. They hit your neck and get in the way. So you got a more floaty neck piece here, but it's more of a lanyard this time, loose. She's got sort of a kind of a monk's robe looking thing going on here. I don't know what that is. So pretty cool. You can see some floatiness in the monk's robe, which just still shows off her kind of supernatural abilities. Oh, you know what? That snake is all over her body, isn't it? That's oh no, it's not. Is that supposed to be part of the snake? That might be part of the snake. I don't know. No, because that just ties off. A mistake, and those tie off as well. They look like it, but her armbands look like snake, and the rope around her waist looks like snake. That's on purpose. Her vest and her shirt is giving me flashbacks to something I can't think of. Is it Asian? I don't know. She does have a slit up the middle, which is cool, and we'll talk about that in the next feature. But in coolness factor, this is again pretty damn cool. If you turn it over to here, it gets a lot more colorful. Like the hair looks like paint splatter, the balls glow, her eyes glow. It's like she's activated some kind of power and is now taking over everything. All in all, pretty cool. I like the voodoo magic feel of it. It'd be good for you know, Halloween. Don't know why I couldn't think of Halloween. I'm not gonna say it's as cool as the last one, but she does have a cool back bling. Look at that. Okay, that is cool. Never mind, it's as cool as the last one, but just because of that. Snake coming out of the eye. The snake is alive in this one. They're moving. And this has the same things. Um, so it's pretty cool. It doesn't light up apparently. I'm gonna give it a 9.5. I keep debating between 9 and 9.10, so it's get a 9.5. Um, so the cloud is likely a writable thing. This is a precursor to the Nimbus we had. Comes in both that. You get the Queen's carriage for the Pink Lady, the Cursed Haze board for the Hoodoo Princess. It's always a tennis racket hitting a ball, which turns into this cloud. Of course, this one has pink all over it. This one has kind of a haze all over it. Since removing the last thing, these are all going to be... Oh, I forgot the rest of her. Hello. So her sexiness. Now, the sexiness here is toned down. It's not much to look at here, actually. But the slip up the dress here is actually pretty sensual for it. So while it's toned down a lot, that adds to it a bit. So I'm not going to give it the 8.5 I gave for her other thing. I will give it a 6. Pretty high mid. And then her originality is about the same. Again, it's a real person, but it's in a way we've never seen her before. Voodoo princess looking thing. A 9. So 9.5 plus, excuse you. Whenever I say excuse you, it's my phone doing something, by the way. Gives that one an 8.1, so she gets a big old 8.1. And her original format 9.1. Now these are going to go basically on cool and originality factor. Coolness factor on these are pretty solid 9s. I like the amorphous blob-looking cloud. I like the trails. I like the 2 different colors. Pretty nice. And then originality is... I said 9. Originality is... Before this, you really hadn't seen cloud gliders at all. And the fact that it hits the ball and turns into a cloud is pretty original. So it's also going to get a 9. That makes that one easy. That section is 9. They come out to 9. I don't even need a calculator with that one. Again, it's an emote. We're not going to do anything with this one. Just show you it. Dancing. Oh, wow. I was going to say this is the one thing I do in tennis, but not like that. Oh, yeah. So with that, we have a pretty high line here, actually. Is it low high range at 8.7, but barely the low high range, almost mid high range. 8.73. So an 8.73. Okay, so these two are the same things. We'll go down here and skip this, and that will be the last one for the day. We have an OG in Moontain gear, I believe. That pilot dude. There we go. So coolness factor. Coolness factor is pretty damn cool. It's got Wu-Tang all over it. I don't know what the 36 is for. It's previewing styles for us. Wait, does this have styles? It does. Oh, take off his hat and stuff. He's got red bobs up there. I don't know what you call those. The black and red is good. Is the Wu-Tang Clan's color. It's got a peace symbol over here. 36. For some reason, it says something on the back. Let's see what it says on the back. You wear. I don't know what that means. Original crafted. And then it's got a reactive to music Wu-Tang Clan symbol. That also goes gold. I'm gonna say it looks pretty cool. Coolness factor gets off at an 8. Its sexiness factor, however, is pretty dead. There's not much to look here. See anything? It's no butt, no nothing. So with that, he gets a, he's a human being, he gets a 2. He's a human being. Oh wait, I forgot the other thing. So, for him, Originality it's an OG Fortnite character, so there's no originality there, and his Wu-Tang clothes, which likely already exists, there's very little originality there. However, you don't really see any of this anywhere else in Fortnite, so it isn't going to get a 3. Unfortunately, because of those last 2 ratings, it's going to get a really low rating. At 4.3, which is higher than I thought I was going to get. Of course, there's a lady version of it. She has... It's Ramirez again, by the way, or White Bomber, if you wish. She has blue wear on. You can take off her hat. That's pretty much the only thing you do with it. It has a sweater on it. She's got some fingerless gloves and some jogging pants. So the coolness factor is actually toned down here. Actually, I like all this black, but it's not much here to look at. I'm gonna give this a 6, high mid. Its sexiness is again kind of tied down. I swear she was bigger up there, but it shows nothing up there. And despite these being jogging pants, this is probably better than his pants, but again, there's not much there. I think she lost some cake. So with that, 4 on that. Better than his low mid. Originality, again, same thing as his, a 3. Nothing really too original here. 6.4. Which brings that down to, what the hell? Holy cow. I actually tied them. With that scoring and the readjustment by 2 of the things, that also gets 4.3. Which means this entire section here, since there's only 2... Oh no, there's more to do. So this one, coolness factor, is... Why did it get closer? It's pretty cool, electricity and stuff on it. I'm gonna give it a 6 for the coolness factor. Its originality, again, while it is Wu-Tang and it keeps going, or what the hell is going on here? It's pretty cool, actually, and it's pretty original too, and those are the 2 I get here, so I'm gonna do 6.6 there and give it a 6 total. This one, coolness factor, is meh. It's a pole with spray cans attached to it. It's really not that cool. I'm giving it a 3 just because it's something. High-low. It does have a cool sounding attack. Its originality, again, it's just being attacked. It's going to get a 3 again. And just set that up at 3. This one, though, the neck protector, slightly cooler, and reacts to being hit. Oh, it's actually reactive to sound. Huh. So with that, this one's okay. I'm gonna give it 6. High mid because you don't see it. Originality factor, I honestly have never seen something too much like this, so it's gonna get a low high at a 7. And there's a rap. We're not going to do the raps. The Wu-Tang, we're not going to do that either. If I didn't have to worry about third party, you'd be able to hear that. With that said, with those guys, that said, this line gives a low, not even low mid, yeah, low mid, at 4.92. So pretty low mid. I'm feeling about the same like that about the whole store. I feel like the whole store deserves that. Not gonna miss it. We get those. So with that, we have a store total for you guys, and that'll be the end for the day. With that, 9.2 on that line. That's 8.73. On the last line, because that was the coolest line, and that will bring up the thing. Plus 5.42. A lot of this is very mid-range. Oh, it's 4.24, I'm sorry. Two, three, four, five. So today's store total comes out to 5.93, which gives it a base mid-range level, which I kind of agree with. While I liked some of the stuff, especially the horror stuff over here, and fish sticks, and this stuff is pretty cool. It's stuff we've seen before in the store. There isn't too much. There's absolutely nothing new here whatsoever. No newness except for maybe her third form. I don't know where the freak that came from. And honestly, it's a pretty medium store. It's not that there's terrible things in here. There's some stuff you may want to buy. If you don't have it, I am actually eyeing this guy and then their stuff. But all in all, it's nothing exciting for tonight. Nothing I really need or want. Now, we won't be doing this every night. However, if there's a cool add-on, maybe we will. And the nights that I have off, if I feel up to it, we'll do this. But we'll do it when we can. Hopefully it picks up. Thank you for showing up for the first of the brand new series of store reviews. I hope you enjoy it. Give me your idea and thoughts on this store if you want to down below, YouTube guys. Let me know how you thought about the store, what you thought about the items here, if you agree with the middle range kind of 5.9 thing, which is a very medium range score I gave it. It's a very medium score to me. Nothing terrible, but nothing to write home about. Tell me what your favorite is on it out of these guys. I think Fish Sticks would be a lot of people's favorites. Fish Sticks freaking awesome. But yeah, give me your thoughts and ideas. Again, I will see y'all Wednesday. Unless I do another store review tomorrow, which is unlikely because I'll be getting off late. But I'll be seeing y'all Wednesday morning. We may do a store review while on stream. If we do that, we'll be extending the stream a little. And I'll split off store review in highlights for people. Anyway, that's about an hour worth of content. That's about all we really need with the store. Again, the stores will be shorter from here on. because it'll be featured and dailies unless you get a new special down below. And we will no longer be doing Naomi or Beware, we'll just keep their scores up here. That said, peace and out, guys. See you later.